So, brave warrior, you've come to kill the Goblin King. Hi everyone, you have found what to play next. We're bringing everything that is awesome, and I do mean awesome in gaming. So, we found a spy and monitor. This is Ultima 7, Serpent Isle. You are stepping outside your role as the Avatar. So while previously you were a spiritual leader for people, they did send you on ahead to find Iola's wife, and one of the king's enemies ran. So there's this guy, the Guardian, out there who's really just tearing it up, and you gotta find him. Found a spy and monitor. He did lead us to the Goblin King, so that's gonna help us. This is nothing but side quests. It's gonna help us settle up with the people, and we'll get some clues as to where Iola's wife is, as to where this spy, other spy is, who had infiltrated our kingdom. So, brave warrior, come to kill the King Goblin. We'll speak first. Alrighty, let's do that. Simon told me I had the Helm monitor. It's mine and I'll keep it. So Simon spent his whole life infiltrating, and he was told he would get the Helm monitor. The Goblin King lied to him, and he did, help us find him so that we could take revenge. So we're gonna kill the Goblin King, take back the Helm monitor. I did decide to stack the odds a little bit in my favor because you do get a mass attack here. So we were at the cook fire. We got this far. We still haven't found the Helm monitor, which is our ultimate job here. Oh, that is just horrible. We just played the supper, and that's actually a thing where they have a dish that's like that. Oh, they have the hip. That's a hip carrier. I was wondering what they had strapped to their leg. That is actually where you carry a sheath of arrows. Good on them. Interesting. Alright, so pouches help you keep things sorted, which is important given how many keys you find. They have really cool loot. So you have gemstones that you can exchange at a jeweler. Those are worth quite a bit. The interesting thing about Serpent Isle is it's a land divided. So you have 3 different cities, and they each have different coinage. The City of Beauty uses monetary. We've gotten as far as that. We did some brief exploring, and the City of Courage, I think it was, uses monetary and Fulari. Fulari is the City of Beauty, monetary is monitor, where we just came from. So we have to find this Helm, and then we can go back there. This is insanity. Oh, run away, what happened? So we're having these magical teleportation storms, which are a real problem. It's bad. We're not sure, exactly what to do about it because weather, so it's completely out of our control. But either this place was trapped, which we might have set off. Oh my gosh, they have like hideous decoration in these camps. Like, it's so bad. They have is the interesting part about it. This whole culture. Oh, you were sleeping? For real? Grace, play us a song? For real? Hold on, let's see this. Once this land was ruled by kings, one old, one young, one friends. True. Then one day the young king sailed away. The old king lost his mind. Plagued by goblins, treachery, vow, the old king went too far. He killed those he would protect and threw himself from White Dragon Tower. So we're searching for Gweno, his wife. I can't, I think C, one of my does combat, so we can use these potions to help us in a fight, so we'll bring those along. So that's a quiver on my leg. I thought it was another. I couldn't figure out why I couldn't put anything in it. Snag the wine. This is just garbage. So these guys are absolute pigs. There's garbage all over the place. It's horrible. It's just horrible. But I can't find the Helm of Monitor. And this guy took it to his grave where this thing is. It's not in his house. It's not jar. They have all of the trappings of being, people. But they have these hideous, humans are food to them and that sort of thing. Nightstand. This is so clearly his hall, and the Helm isn't in there, so I don't know where it is. Belt. Now we get to search around. Now we have the fun. So this is the very bottom of the camp. It might be further up. He had said that the king kept the Helm of Monitor for himself. That's gold coins. That's the currency of Britannia. Not that that will stop us from looting it, friend. So I assume that it has to be in one of these places. Do anything here. You can weave. You can bake bread, etc. So everything is completely interactive. Lord British was an interesting guy in that, you know, he went all out for that sort of thing. You know, if I want to use a jar and place it underneath there, if I do it right, then it should fill it. It might take a cup or a flagon instead. Might be incorrect. You can use the spin thread. Cuspidor, I don't know what that is. Oh good, I have some more bandages and lockpicks. You should always loot a place pretty thoroughly. I'm getting full up here. Move some, a little bit more quest oriented and a little bit less healing specific things. I do like to keep all of my stuff, like my potions and so on, in one place. So let me give y'all a pause here while I find the Helm. Okay, so the Goblin King has the Helm of Monitor, and it took me a second. I was like, it's not on his body. And I remembered we walked past his treasure room, and he had a key on him. So that is actually where that is. It was just, it's littered with gold. This guy has an absolute treasure trove, so after you kill him, you can loot it. Decorative swords, guilders, which is, I assume, the mage's currency. As I was saying, there's 3 different types of currency, which kind of lets you know how badly Serpent Island is divided. Granted, they had an overarching purpose where these 2 serpents were keeping each other in balance and keeping the Serpent of Chaos at bay. What ultimately happened is humans helped, or at least it looks like humans helped one of the serpents win, and as a result, we're just looting the heck out of this place. It was one of my favorite things about Ultima was the way that the currency looked. So you would get totally weighed down by just the ridiculous amount of loot that you could have, and eventually just have to pick, you know, do you want to carry around curios and see what they do? You know, do you want to see if you can bake bread or see what something is worth, or if you're going to use it later on, or do you want to have like these really pretty gemstones and stuff, and it's such an easy win. But either way, so they decided that you know, one serpent was better than the other apparently, and backed that up. So they wound up completely destroying the place, and now magic is unbalanced. And you find all over the island, you find writings of the Ophidians, etc., where they just have this incredible lore that eventually leads you to the correct assumptions. So Iolo has a lute that he can play, which is awesome. There's a whole lot of sound effects and ambiance, I want to say, that goes into this. So really an interesting series as far as that goes. Just the fact that they thought to give all of the, oh man, I needed a sextant so bad earlier, you know? All of the places different money, you know, and give it that sort of clue. Honor to the Pomdurgan, chieftain of the Goblin Horde, letting thee know that all of our plans in these parts fare well. I've learned from the wolves that they plan to launch a patrol in the early morning hours of the 7th day of the new moon. If thou dost ambush the patrol, then it shall be easy for thee to overrun Fawn Tower itself. The wolves shall be critically weakened, and the city of Fawn shall quake in fear. Thou canst spare the leader of the patrol. She is a favorite of my liege. We beg thee not to let this message fall into the hands of the enemies. The wolves. Spectre writing on behalf of Lord Marston. That's crazy. So there was a whole conspiracy involved. Full Tower and then from Marston. So they were competing with each other and apparently aware of this Pomdurgan and trying to bargain with him. So that's absolutely terrible. So that's a Helm of Monitor, which I might wind up keeping. It looks like if there's really that much of a division, that the head of the patrols that were keeping all of the cities safe, they already have that, dichotomy where they're not entirely sure of each other and they have different, currencies and so on. If that already happened, and we might have a real problem here where we wind up keeping our loot, which isn't the end of the world. I don't want to get rid of anything that we might have found during a storm, because that sort of thing comes into play later on as lore, as story, excuse me, not as lore, where you can use it. You can show somebody something that got transported to you in a storm, and they'll show you the opposite item. So it's curious, but it's fun. I can ditch, like, food. I'm kind of loath to do it, but, like a fowl takes up a whole lot of room, and a gemstone shouldn't take up too much, and I can buy several. I'm trying to do the math here real fast. No thank thee. Okay, so we got lots of booze. A couple of things going on there. So, let's see. That's the exploding chest. So I'm going to go ahead and save. Save often. Looting the goblin caves. It's very unforgiving in DOS. So you want to constantly save. It's a running joke. We used to just back ourselves into these absolutely horrible positions where there was literally no way out. And you would have to fight impossible battles. So it made for great stories. But again, stands the time. Just absolutely impossible situations. You couldn't beat them. You would have like 1 hit point left, so you had to roll all your saves, and you would fight the fight over and over and over again until you could do it, because it was the only save game you had. You'd have to start over the whole game otherwise. So it was an experience a little bit more like TTRPG playing games, a little bit less like the modern day games, where they're more interested in having experiencing our culture of play than they are making sure that they're doing it right or giving you a challenge or anything like that. So Lord Marston was dealing with Pomdegrin here. So here's Spectre saying, hey, can you spare the life of the leader of the patrols? And it's not letting me use any of this information. He's calling himself King of Monitor. So I guess we'll have to go, this is our leader. We joined the wolves. So we'll go to, our guy and ask him. I always knew that Buffoon Luther was a criminal. Bears shall sing a different song. Dost thou have proof? We found evidence among the goblins, documents signed by their traitor. So you can show him that. It's not what I expected. Lord Marston was a traitor. That Worm Spectre aided him. Death would be too kind for them. It seems that Marston sought to spare Astrid's life, but he failed even as he betrayed his manhood. Marston sought to betray Bull Tower and must act quickly to warn the tower. Thank thee for showing me the documents. Justice will be served. Thou mayest keep these documents if thou wishest. And be word we shall arrest vermin. Okay, and the pikemen actually immediately act on that. It's not that they're savages. They're not. They're actually extraordinarily well organized. So this is Brendan, who is one of our leaders. He's welcoming us to we had a banquet in our honor. We joined the Wolf Clan, but one of their children has disappeared, so we're trying to find her. That's the next sign. This is nothing but side quests. This game is hilarious. It is good to have thee as one of us. Congratulations. Thou hast won back the Helm of Monitor. Thou art truly deserved of the title Champion Knight of Monitor. I salute thee. So we do get to keep that. So we have to ask Simon about Gweno, which we did. That does mean what I think that'll mean. Please meet me in the barracks tonight. Okay, so you can't actually spar with him. He just wants to sleep with you. And they're going to move on Bull Tower and arrest Lord Marston. So we've done everything that we can here, and we can now move on. You can ask around and see, what sort of objects got traded and so on. But I'm pretty sure that I checked with everyone already between us. So anything that they would have recognized, I had on me and recovered. So he's having a bust carved of him, and nobody's really interested in talking to you once you cover the main quest. So we're gonna go on up to Fawn and continue searching for Gwenno, and they're gonna take care of their business. So you're a fly on the wall of their world, and it's interesting how that affects you. You know, they have really great sense of place that they impose on you from that sort of thing. Link in the description below if you do ever want to play these games. There's 9 of them. It's ridiculous. They have the coolest things like these teleportation storms that switch out objects. So you actually get a different, if it hits something, you get a different object in its place. It looks like that happened here. It just switched out some twigs for what was previously there. To Sleeping Bowl. So we have already been to the Sleeping Bowl and went through the poetry and so on that's there and found Iola's wife's trail. So I don't think I feel like tangling with the slime. I'm going to just head on up to Fun. Links in the description below. Also down there is Gamer Grind, Gamer Coffee shipped to your door. They'll put your logo on merch for like nothing bucks. You can support the Pirate Queen. We have a great logo. We put it on stickers so you can just, slap it on your different places and kind of have that rebel without a cause feel for promoting the channel. We love you guys. We love that you're always along for rides. We love when you do get in there and send people over to us. Also down there is coffee, KOFI, buy this cheap coffee, $1, make you smile. I'm trying to get experience without getting, falling off the beaten track here. Not really trying to have a problem. So in here we have a lady who's very beautiful, who's in love with this scoundrel right here. Judy. Oh no, this is one of the guards. She's in love with the scoundrel down the road. We've already passed our messages back and forth, and he's not good looking enough to live here. So, I'm Alison, daughter of Dell, and I'm leader by grade. Engagement ring. Heard thou hast been asking after me. Thou didst have an interest in my missing engagement ring. Perhaps the gauntlets that replaced it. This is it indeed. I thank thee for telling me, but thou mayst keep it if thou wishest. Honey, I want the gauntlets. They're clearly meant for someone more adventurous, but thou like to have them back, yes. Keep it. But be honest with the truth, I do not think my beloved Keth will ever come back from whatever storm took him. Ring hath only melancholy memories for me, 'tis jewelry that hath become bitter. So all the teleportation items have this story attached. They were to marry, it wasn't fated to be. He was the first man on the merchant ships, and he purchases this engagement ring that you wind up with it, because the teleportation storm swaps it with your gauntlets. He never comes back, and Keth's ship has disappeared, so you can look into that. Nothing but side quests. Also down there is Patreon. So if you're more like if you like more of a Twitch stream, then you can certainly do that and do that subscription style where you do donate $5 a month. Subscribing is totally free, so hit subscribe, hit the bell, and it'll pop up this. It'll let you know that we're continuing on with the saga. You can find out more about, herself, the jobs that she wants us to do, or the people of this world, and it's really interesting to stay in the loop. Would some be willing to aid us in liberating the city from false traditions and evil schemes? Obviously, we say yes. Perhaps that has questions. So there's this oracle, and it tells them all about truth and beauty, and they're concerned that it's being misused by their priestess and the great captains. They think that it's corrupted because it's been giving out some weird messages, and we ran into that. They have this priestess, Callista, and she just does whatever she wants. So they've been asking around after her and Yolanda to see what's going on. So interesting story. There are 2 women, they're running a city, and they run into this problem, and you kind of, you can act as you want and either look into this and the 3 men involved or just go on your way. So really interesting. Either way, definitely smash the subscribe, hit the bell. We're doing experiments, so hit the like button. We do help indie devs know how to promote their material and then do marketing, etc. So we do a lot of pro bono work. It lets us know what that does to the YouTube algorithm. We can check it in our analytics. So we love you guys. We love that you're always along for a ride, and we'll see you in the next video.